Hey guys, Dragon Company today. In a really long time, almost a month ago since my last video, and to be fair, I'm not dead. Not yet, at least. And today, I'm coming today with a deck profile, but also an explanation why I've been absent on my channel for like almost 2 months. I don't really count the video I did at the beginning of June as really coming back because I just stopped doing it afterwards. But as I said, like today is the day I will come and explain myself because there's always a reason behind things. So let's get this out of the way for now. So basically, at the end of May, what happened was I went to my regionals because I thought, regionals are cool, right? And I was piloting my Shaddoll Agent deck, brand new, completely finished, with a couple of finishing cards in there, and I was like, man, this deck's gonna do well, and it did pretty well. So I was pretty happy with it. But between rounds 4 and 5, or 5 or 6, I don't exactly remember which one because it's all spin now, like it was 2 months ago. So between those rounds, I reached into my extra deck, like my deck box, and these were 3 cards remaining. And yeah, these were the 3 cards remaining of my extra deck. I still had my main deck. I still had part of my side deck. But these were the only cards left in my extra deck. So I decided to go back where I was sitting originally before I went to my match. Nothing there. And after a bit of more observation and analysis, I noticed there were more cards missing from my deck. Primarily being 3 Mind Crush card for my side, and then a Maxi for my main. And all the cards that were remaining in my extra deck were all the worthless cards. So obviously it wasn't by accident, because nobody would take those cards, obviously. Nobody would take those cards, obviously, if, like, no one would take these because they're crappy, but everybody would like the good stuff in the extra deck. In my extra deck, there was like an Emerald, a Exciton, 101, Valgrand, Downer, Triple Construct, all the really good, expensive money cards. So obviously I got my stuff stolen, and that was beyond frustrating. I will never see that stuff again. And the thing was, like, another really frustrating thing was that sometimes the stores there will, or the head of the event will actually help you recover some of the stuff, or let you just lend you some of the cards just so you can continue participating. But none of that happened, so I had to drop as well. Never got my stuff back. So yeah, that was very frustrating, to say the least. And then after that, I just didn't feel like doing anything Yu-Gi-Oh related for a while because of my frustration. See, it's very selfish because I should be providing you guys videos, but you know what? I do apologize for that, and it was just really frustrating. I think most of you who have gotten your stuff stolen before will experience the same feeling. You just don't want to do anything afterwards because you got your stuff stolen, especially me, because for me, I don't own a lot. I own, well, in terms of a lot of good stuff that I can continue using. I don't have extra cards. I don't have extra deck cards, but for the most part, like, I just have what I have. I don't have duplicates, so getting that stuff stolen was a big deal. And so yeah, that was the main reason why I just didn't want anything to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! But I'm back now. Hopefully you guys forgive me for my long absence. As I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile provided for you. As I said, like, I got really salty afterwards, so this is like a culmination of my saltiness, like, for the Yu-Gi-Ohs, basically. So I made this deck off my salt. It is a pretty salty deck. Most anti-meta decks with barrier statues, as a fact, like, it's a salty deck from a salty person. So I hope you guys think this is a great deck profile. I don't know what else to say. So here we go. So first of all, I'm playing double barrier. I'm only playing 4 barrier statues, 2 of the winds and 2 of the earth. I fashioned this more for my locals because everybody plays Shaddolls, Necros, and Burning Abyss. So obviously, I'm not gonna be maining lights, the heavens, or the abyss statues, because that won't do anything except against necros. Nobody at my locals plays ritual beasts or cleave forts, so most of the time these cards are all you really need to get your stuff done. If you're playing in a more competitive place, I probably suggest going light and dark, because the meta has shifted towards ritual beasts, cleave forts, and necros. So yeah, but this is just because I at my locals everybody plays light and dark decks. So yep. Then of course your main anti-meta engine, triple Myrmelio and one Diana. Like Traptrix is a great engine for that. Then I'm also playing double Vanity's Fiend and a Thestalos, because I don't own a third Fiend, unfortunately. It's pretty good. Still, like, Thestalos is not a bad card. You still grant your opponent a minus, which isn't too bad. And since you're probably going to be Monarch Stormforthing most of the time, like, you get to sack one of their monsters for this. So that's already -1 on their part. And then you get a discard card from the hand, which is also a pretty big -1 for them. So, honestly, Thestalos is not that bad of a card. I still play a third Fiend over it, but I just don't own one, but it's not too bad. Then, finally, triple Effect Veiler, because it's probably the best hand trap this format, because Uki Usagi is basically the most overrated card ever. Anyways, so that is for the monster lineup. That's about 13 monsters, I think. Onto the spells, triple duality. You're not going to special summon at all, ever. So basically, this is all you really need. 3 Stoneforth, just stack your opponent's monsters. Triple Forbidden Lance. This is a really weird choice for most people, because people would expect MSTs. But I feel like Forbidden Lance is a better card over MST this format, because Forbidden Lance protects your monsters and also can make your opponent's monsters lower, and then they crash into you and they die. The reason why I say this is because MST is not so good against Necros, and Necros is probably the most played deck in this format. And because of that, Forbidden Lance is just a bit better in my opinion. That's just my opinion, but whatever, most people will probably disagree with me. Then I'm playing 2 Dark Hole, board wipes, basically. Let's just reset boards, and then 1 Raigeki, because let's reset our opponent's board. So that is for the spells. For the traps, it's pretty simple. Triple Mirror Force, because Mirror Force is a great card this format. Triple Threatening Roar. I would probably play Mind Crushes instead, but mine were stolen. Triple Fiendish Chain, because Fiendish Chain is good. For my trap holes, 1 Time Space, 1 Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, and 1 Bottomless, because I feel like Time Space is not a bad card, especially against, I would probably say, Cleave Forts and Necros. It's a really good card, because it sets them back another card, which is really good. Bottomless is good, like, one way or another, and Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare is just good against Necros. I'm not sure what I would do against Ritual Beasts, though, because Ritual Beast is a really dodgy deck. Then finally, just 2 more Solomon and Compulse, just really standard, really. Then onto the extra, 1 101. Obviously, 1 Dweller, 1 Heraldry. I'm testing this card out right now. This card is a very interesting card, to say the least. Basically, what it does is it's just 2 level 4 monsters, and if your opponent controls more than 1 monster with the same name, you can detach materials, destroy one of them, and then they can no longer summon monsters with the same name for the rest of the turn. Which really isn't that bad, because there are a lot of spammy decks out there right now. And even then, it's pretty good against Rogue, because Rogue usually relies on multiple copies of a single monster. Nowadays, it's just like Ritual Beast, whatever. I have multiple cards I can use, or Necros, I'll just summon 1 of each anyways, and then there's also Cleave Forts. Cleave Forts, this card can do somewhat well against Cleave Forts, but I don't know. It's okay. Then 1 Karen Gorgon, 1 Cowboy, 1 Samurai, 1 Black Ship, Diamond Dyer, 103, Crazy Box, Revolval Chain, Ivagishki, because I don't have anything better, because my Exciton was stolen, Dark Rebellion, Utopia again, because stuff was stolen, and then 1 Heartland Draco. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I really do appreciate some of you guys waiting for me. But for now, this is Dragon Ball signing out. And I do have things for the future. 2 decks I'm currently working on. Hope you guys will stay tuned for that. But until next time, this is Dragon Ball signing out. See ya.